life today, you are not doing what we need to do for you to do if we're going to save lives in this state.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Whitney Ward.
And I'm Tom Sherry. Governor Inslee sending out a last warning to stop going out and about and take a proactive role to stop the spread of coronavirus in Washington. He's holding a press conference right now. Let's listen in.
Obviously, there are profound economic consequences to families in the state of Washington if we make a decision of that nature. So we are evaluating whether we think we can achieve the goal of preventing massive loss of life here. And right now, we're doing a lot of positive work. And what I want to reiterate, to avoid something like that, we need powerful volunteers in the state of Washington. We need everybody to volunteer to be part of this army. And if they do that, we might be able to avoid those further decisions that other states have had to make.
And latest on the hospital ship?
So we have requested the hospital ship. We've made a powerful argument that unfortunately our state will be the first state that has a health system that is severely challenged. And so it is our position that the best place to do that, to put the ship, is the first place that will have tremendous challenges. We're in good contact with the Department of Defense. There's been good discussions about this. My sense is that this is being looked at very carefully. There are also medical assistance from the U.S. Army that we've not ruled out as well. We've also asked for a 750-bed Army field hospital that could also be a benefit. So one way or another, we would like to have substantial medical assistance. We need that. We need thousands of beds.
That is Washington Governor Jay Inslee right now talking about the preparations the state is trying to make. Also, he's kind of making a last-ditch effort to convince people to take this seriously, the social distancing, to work from home as much as possible and stay indoors. He has not yet ordered that shelter-in-place mandate for the entire state. He's getting some criticism for that. He's also trying to balance how to keep the economy flush here in Washington. So he has not yet mandated that shelter-in-place order yet, but he said, I'm willing to do it. Yes. Yes.
I think he's hoping everybody plays by the rules here, self-governs themselves, and then that won't be an issue.
But he said he's not afraid to do it if that's what it takes. That's the big news that we have been tracking here in the last hour. We're also tracking some more breaking news here locally. A big announcement affecting our local children in Spokane County.
I am issuing an order for the closure of all play structures.
And the Spokane Regional Health District is closing down all the playgrounds across Spokane County. We want to get straight to our Casey Decker. He's live at the South Hill Sports Complex where that playground is already shut down. Casey, what do things look like out there?
Well, the playground, as you can see, it's shut down, and it's not just like they're asking you, hey guys, please just don't go to the playground. You can see behind me, there's literally caution tape up around all of the play structures in the county right now, and that's disappointing a lot of people. People coming out here saying it's quarantine, maybe let's go out and enjoy the sun in the playground. But at this point, you can't anymore. That's upsetting a lot of people, including one local grandmother who lives right across the street from this park that I spoke with just a few hours ago.
They're upset. They can't go to school. They can't play sports. And so their families are bringing them here to play. And now they can't even do that.
Now, other people are making do with what is open, and it's important to note that almost everything else outdoors is open except for the actual play structures. So people are out here, they're playing soccer, they're riding their bikes. I've seen some kids playing with some chalk on the sidewalk. So there are ways to enjoy the outdoors right now, but playing on these play structures is not one of them. For the foreseeable future, everything in the county, all the swing sets, all the slides, these are all going to be shut down. So right now, if you're looking to play outside, you're going to have to get a little bit creative. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio. Tom, Whitney.
Thank you, Casey. Well, today, Stevens County has reported its first case of the novel coronavirus. Spokane County now has 11 confirmed cases. Kootenai County in northern Idaho now has 3 total cases of coronavirus. All across Idaho, there are now 26 cases, but most of them are located in Blaine County, and that's down in southern Idaho. The total confirmed number of cases of coronavirus here in Washington state stands at 1,524 with 83 deaths. And important information here, the Washington Department of Health says that more than 21,000 people have tested negative for the virus, which is 93% of the people, which means that most people that are being tested in Washington state are testing negative for the virus.
It's really important context to understand those numbers. All right, the Idaho Governor, Brad Little, is saying that they are doing all they can. He had a press conference this afternoon as well regarding coronavirus in his state.
This afternoon, Kootenai County announced 2 more cases of the virus, which of course brings that total back up to 3. So earlier this week, Little had ordered people in Blaine County in southern Idaho to self-isolate. Well, our Taylor Vito asked the governor what his plans are for northern Idaho.
We will be very attentive to what we can do to help those people in the hospitality industry.
A special message from Idaho Governor Brad Little to the people of North Idaho and those working in the tourism industry around Coeur d'Alene. As coronavirus numbers have started to sharply rise in southern Idaho, Little told us this afternoon his office is working with both federal and state agencies to do what they can. For now, restaurants and bars in North Idaho remain open. But Governor Little has adopted CDC guidelines and recommendations that people get takeout instead. The governor indicated there are no plans at this time to shutter restaurants statewide.
Will there be any hard mandates or any decisions like that, like what Washington's done or anything?
If we know where it came from and we're isolating them, that's one thing. But if we get community spread, then we will work with the county and the cities about what the next steps are.
This week, his office issued an isolation order for Blaine County, which is home to the majority of Idaho's coronavirus cases. Essentially, Little's policy on isolations and closures will be area by area.
Do you guys feel the state's response has been appropriate? Is it kind of lagging behind? Is it, being proactive enough? What would you say?
We've just been following the guidance from the Center for Disease Control. And
there are no plans at this time to close Idaho's borders, he said. Alongside Little was Idaho's Health and Welfare Director. In terms of people's paychecks being impacted by the coronavirus scare, he touted the state's model for applying for unemployment and short approval process.
So we have very good capacity, very good ability to turn that around.
And Little mentioned the hospitality industry and its role in North Idaho. He says he's been keeping in the loop regarding talks of federal aid and hopes to get help to those who need it as fast as possible.
That's why we're doing all we can to keep the problem from getting too far ahead of us.
In Kootenai County, Taylor Vito, KREM 2 News.
So lots of big developments today here in the Inland Northwest. Also new today, that drive-through screening site at the Spokane County Fairground now open to the public.
But you must have a doctor's referral in order to be screened. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley shares how operations went the first day.
I'm standing at the gates of the west entrance to the Spokane County Fairgrounds, keeping a safe distance from the drive-through screening site located on the north end of the parking lot. Now that's not only to protect my well-being, but to also protect the privacy of patients who are coming through here today. Now the gates opened at 10 this morning and cars have been trickling in slowly throughout the day. By 11 a.m. today, 30 people were tested at the drive-through screening site. That's according to Dr. Bob Lutz with the Spokane Regional Health District. We could get an update on these numbers after this weekend. When patients arrive, they are greeted by 2 volunteers who direct them to follow the yellow post to the north end of the parking lot. Another set of volunteers, who are also wearing masks and gloves, take down the patient's information. Then they are sent through one of 4 screening lanes.
How old are you?
This is video shot yesterday by the Spokane Regional Health District during the soft opening for first responders and healthcare workers.
Go ahead and shut your car off for me.
Medical professionals who are wearing protective gear begin the screening process while patients stay in their car. This includes taking a temperature, asking about symptoms, and recent history.
Okay, any travel out of the country or to any hot spots?
The site started with a little more than 1,000 nasal swab kits, which will be sent to labs for testing. If they run out, the site will close until they get more. The purpose of Spokane's drive-through screening site is to relieve pressure on local emergency rooms. It is still early to know the impacts right now, but we expect to get an update after screening continues through the weekend.
All right, bud. So I do want you to follow up with your primary care for high blood pressure.
The site will remain open until 8 p.m. every day to those with a doctor's referral. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
That has kind of been the most important element of that story, is that you have to have the doctor's referral in order to go to that location to be tested. So they, again, will be open throughout the weekend as long as you have that referral.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably going to be focused on, one, monitoring their symptoms, staying inside, staying away from other people, maybe cleaning their houses.
A lot of that.
And Tom, you mentioned, and you told me earlier, it's a great weekend to open up the doors, the windows, air out your house a little bit.
I think it's good. Yeah, just what the doctor ordered, literally, I think. Let's do this. Follow me over here, if you will. We're at 57 degrees. That's the current temperature in Spokane. Got a bit of a breeze out there. Winds are out of the west right now at 13 miles per hour. When we take a look at your day planner forecast, clear skies for your Friday evening. It'll get down to about freezing tonight, and then we'll look for mostly sunny skies again on Saturday with a daytime high of 57 degrees. Take a look at Sunday, gang. I've got 57 on Sunday, clouds rolling in late Sunday, and that will lead to rain on Monday. I'll talk more about that with your 7-day forecast coming up next.